Have you ever met someone who felt emotionally familiar, socially easy, and strangely calming, yet not flat, not boring, not ordinary? That is the mystery of the Dvitiya Dwadashi pairing. I have seen connections like this get underestimated because they do not always arrive with chaos, obsession, or instant drama. But that is exactly the point. Some bonds do not enter your life to burn you. They enter your life to organize you, soften you, and show you what emotional compatibility actually feels like. If you are in a relationship, this pairing can explain why you may feel both emotionally held and mentally engaged with each other. If you are single, this can help you recognize a person whose value is not only attraction but emotional livability. If you are recently divorced, heartbroken, or healing from a breakup, listen closely because this pairing reveals something important. Not every deep connection has to wound you before it teaches you. When I look at Dvitiya and Dvadashi together, I see a compatibility built on one central truth. Both people are relationship oriented, but they do not love in the same way. One moves toward connection through feeling, sharing, sensitivity, and emotional response. The other moves toward connection through integrity, fairness, dignity, and structure. One says, I want to feel close to you. The other says, I want what we build to be worthy of respect. That is why this pairing can become quietly powerful. It is emotional with backbone. Dvitiya carries the need to relate, to participate, to feel emotionally involved. You may be someone who reads tone quickly, absorbs atmospheres deeply, and cares more than you admit about how people respond to you. Your feelings may rule your decisions more than logic does. You want warmth, you want resonance, you want to know that what is forming between you and another person is alive. Dwadashi carries a different strength. You may also care deeply about relationships, but you do not want only emotional exchange. You want quality. You want justice. You want integrity in words, behavior, and commitment. You want a bond that is graceful, stable, and meaningful. You do not want chaos disguised as passion. You do not want disrespect disguised as honesty. You want something that can stand upright. Now see the beauty in this. Dvitiya brings emotional softness. Dwadashi brings emotional dignity. Dvitiya brings receptivity. Dwadashi brings refinement. Dvitiya feels the pulse of the bond. Dwadashi improves the quality of the bond. So when these two people meet in a healthy form, the relationship often feels like this. I can feel with you and I can trust what I'm building with you. That sentence matters because a lot of people confuse chemistry with compatibility. You can have chemistry with someone who destabilizes your nervous system. You can have chemistry with someone who keeps you chasing crumbs. Dvitiya Dwadashi is different at its best. It says closeness does not need to cost you your self-respect. Attraction does not need to humiliate your emotional body. Love can feel warm and ordered at the same time. If you are the Dvitiya type in this bond, you are often the one who keeps the emotional current alive. You bring tenderness, imagination, responsiveness, and a real need for mutuality. You are rarely nourished by cold efficiency. You need emotional participation. You need the sense that your inner world matters. But your challenge is that you can become too impressionable. You can replace reality with fantasy. You can confuse emotional longing for emotional truth. If you are the Dvadashi type, you often bring coherence to the relationship. You raise standards. You improve the tone of interaction. You bring fairness, thoughtful speech, and a more mature structure for love. You may naturally want financial stability, beauty in your environment, integrity in your commitments, and a sense of order in how life is lived. Yet your challenge is that too much structure can become limitation. Too much refinement can become emotional distance. Too much principle can become subtle control. This is why the pairing works. Each one corrects the other without destroying the other. Dvitiya can help Dwadashi soften, feel, and become more emotionally available. Dwadashi can help Dvitiya become more centered, self-respecting, and clear-eyed. Dvitiya says, let us not lose the heart. Dwadashi says, let us not lose the standard. Together, they can build a bond where sensitivity does not collapse into confusion and standards do not harden into coldness. In day-to-day life, this pairing often complements beautifully. Dvitiya may be the one who notices emotional shifts, wants to talk through subtleties, keeps the bond human, and values shared experiences. Dvadashi may be the one who improves decision-making, protects the quality of the life being built, and brings more stable values into the relationship. One helps love feel alive, the other helps love feel sustainable. This matters in intimate relationships because many couples are not destroyed by lack of feeling. They are destroyed by imbalance. Too much feeling and no structure becomes emotional chaos. Too much structure and no feeling becomes emotional starvation. Dvitiya Dwadashi has the potential to avoid both extremes. It can create a bond that is affectionate without becoming messy, stable without becoming dead, refined without becoming superficial, and emotionally warm without becoming undisciplined. Now, let me speak directly to couples. If you are living this pairing, do not mistake mutual politeness for true intimacy. Do not become a couple that looks emotionally balanced from the outside but quietly stops revealing the deeper truth inside. Dvitiya must learn not to hide insecurity behind overgiving, fantasy, or emotional performance. Dvadashi must learn not to hide vulnerability behind composure, standards, or control. Your bond becomes exceptional when both of you tell the truth early, kindly, and clearly. To the single person listening, this pairing teaches you how to choose better. You do not need to keep choosing people who make you prove your worth through anxiety. You do not need to keep calling unpredictability depth. Look for the person with whom your emotions can breathe and your dignity can remain intact. Look for the bond where you feel both received and respected. And if you are healing from divorce, separation, betrayal, or a painful breakup, hear me carefully. A healthy bond is not one where you disappear in the name of love. It is not one where you carry the emotional weight for two people. It is not one where your sensitivity is used against you or where your standards are mocked until you abandon yourself. Dvitiya Dwadashi shows another path. It shows that love can include tenderness without weakness and structure without domination. That is why this pairing can be so restorative after heartbreak. The wounded heart often swings between two extremes. It either becomes overly hungry for affection or overly guarded in the name of self-protection. This pairing offers a middle path. Dvitiya reminds you that your emotional life still matters. Dvadashi reminds you that your self-respect still matters. Put those two truths together and you get a wiser love story. There is also a lifestyle complement here that many people miss. Dvitiya often likes connection, exchange, shared ideas, emotional warmth, and the pleasure of a lived bond. Dvadashi often likes stability, prosperity, beauty, justice, quality, and a well-structured life. So this can be a couple that builds not just chemistry, but culture. One makes the relationship feel inhabited. The other makes it feel elevated. Of course, every strong pairing has its shadow. Dvitiya can become indecisive, fantasy-led, overly dependent on reassurance, or too vulnerable to mood and environment. Dvadashi can become rigid, overly image-conscious, too structured or subtly disappointed when life or love fails to match its ideals. If those shadows take over, the relationship can become one where one person feels too much and the other manages too much. But if both are conscious, this pairing grows stronger with time, not weaker. So what is the real thesis of Dvitiya Dwadashi? It is this. This is a pairing where emotional softness meets ethical strength. It is a pairing where feeling meets form. It is a pairing where love does not have to choose between warmth and respect. At its best, it gives you a relationship that feels emotionally pleasant, mentally civilized, socially graceful, and inwardly secure. A lot of people can create attraction. Very few can create trust with beauty. A lot of people can speak about love. Very few know how to behave in ways that protect it. A lot of people can awaken your emotions. Very few can hold those emotions with dignity. This pairing when lived consciously, can do exactly that. So if you see yourself here, do not reduce this bond to being merely nice or convenient. Its strength is deeper than that. It has the potential to heal shame around love, restore faith in emotional maturity, and teach you that compatibility is not always loud. Sometimes it is the quiet relief of not having to betray yourself to stay connected. If this pairing is yours, ask yourself, do I feel emotionally seen here? Do I feel respected here? Do I feel safer becoming more honest here? Do I feel that my heart and my standards can live in the same relationship? Those are the questions that matter. And if you want me to read your intimacy patterns at that level, not just surface attraction, but emotional body, compatibility, bonding style, and where love becomes easy or difficult for you, reach out for an intimacy reading with me. Book a compatibility reading with me, and I will help you see what your heart has been trying to learn through love and what kind of bond is actually built for you. This pairing teaches balance.